All right.
By the
So
way,
this
I didn't
one,
realize one of the girls at school today, one of my daughter's classmates, she was wearing she has a button on her backpack that says "I love TS," and I said, "Oh, that's awesome." I go, "You love Tyler Scott?" And she's like, "No, it's Taylor Swift." I'm like, "Ah, I thought we were so close." Sorry.
Good blocking on the perimeter, and that opens it up for Tyler Scott.
The Chicago Bears are coming back from their bye week on a 3-game winning streak, an opportunity to make it 4 against the Washington Commanders in a game that was flexed in to a primetime adjacent spot. We're in the 4 o'clock window. Rare air for the Chicago Bears. I can't wait to talk about it. We're going to be having Tyler Scott on here in just a moment to break down the game. But first, wanted to let everybody know that the world's largest sportsbook in Las Vegas is right at your fingertips in Illinois. The Circa Sports app is sports betting the way it should be. Bet anywhere in Illinois and experience high betting limits, better moneyline splits, more in-game betting, and the best customer service. Download your new bookie today. Visit circasports.com and start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. And if you or someone you might know has a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234 Circa Sports Illinois. Now, huge game and a big opportunity to make a statement for the Chicago Bears. And here to talk about it, the man of the hour himself, Tyler Scott. Tyler, how are we feeling? You're back from London, 3-game winning streak. How's life going?
life is good. Life is good, man. I mean, London was great. It was just a great experience going overseas. That was my first time overseas. It was just a great experience all around. I feel like the team chemistry really took another step forward. It kind of felt like almost like a mini camp almost. You know what I'm saying? It was interesting, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. Obviously we got the dub, which is, the most important thing. So, we're feeling pretty good and, riding pretty high going into this next game, this next stretch.
The last 2 games have been not comfortable because I know when you're out there competing and everything, nothing seems like a foregone conclusion no matter what, but feels like this team is really starting to gel in all facets of the game, all 3 phases. How different does it feel right now as opposed to week 1 when things were kind of like you won, but you're like, some things are going on?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the growth, from, each week on all phases of, on the team, offense, defense, special teams. You can see, especially in Caleb, just how he's improved, from week 1 to now. I feel like that has to do with just his work ethic and also due to the coaching staff as well, just putting him in just a great position to just really, I guess, hone in on the offense, to really taking control of it, to understand it even more. And so I just feel like them doing that, helping to adapt to what, kind of fits him, I feel like it's been huge, for this whole offense. Just working in, each, all our players, all our guys, I feel like we're starting to kind of being able to utilize all our talent, a lot better than we were in some of the earlier weeks. So, no, we're looking really good and hopefully continue.
I think one of the things that impressed me the most, obviously the play on the field, the fans were great, but the one thing is Jacksonville does this every year. They played multiple games in London, and for you, like you even mentioned, it was your first time in London. Like obviously you want to go see some sights. I'm sure that you might have broken away here and there to go check some things out. How did Coach Eberflus keep everybody together? Because you did not get the impression that this team was playing in London for a lot of you for the first time, and for a lot of you first time out of the country.
Yeah, I mean, I think number one, it just speaks to just the unit that we have as a team. Number one, the type of guys that that the front office brings in, understanding the type of people that when we get in these situations where we're going to be overseas and things of that nature, things can happen. You've seen over the past couple of years where teams have gone to London and things have happened, and I know we've had guys get arrested in the past. Like on the Jaguars, they had some guys get arrested. So, I just think it's just a testament to the organization and the team that we have, the guys. And, we were kind of staying in the middle of nowhere, really. Our hotel, like it was it was all cornfields and whatnot. I think the city of London was it was like an hour and a half away. So yeah, I mean, I mean, you had to get an Uber. We had shuttle buses taking us, but you really had to kind of go out and kind of seek some attractions and things of that nature to really get yourself into. If not, you're just going to be in a hotel in the middle of nowhere, just sitting there. But no, I think like I said, I think it's just more so just the guys and the culture that we have. Understanding the assignment, understanding that this is a great opportunity for a lot of individuals who haven't been to London, but also understanding the assignment at hand and that we're here for a week and then we have still a long season to get to.
Yeah, you're all making money. You can go back to London on your own dime. But it also, I guess it kind of speaks to Roma Dunze wanting to hang out so much. Like, yeah, like I'll do anything. No, I'm just kidding. We'll get to that in a moment. Did Matt is Matt Eberflus the kind of guy? Did he ever drop like a British accent to try to crack you guys up? I'm trying to get a sense of him. I'm like, we were discussing like, is he I'm going to do a fake accent here kind of guy, or just not on this trip maybe?
Nah, nothing of that sort. I don't think he really did anything. He was pretty much strictly business the whole time. If I'm being honest with you, at least the times that I was around him, and at least he was when he was addressing the team. But yeah, it was pretty much strictly business from him. No accents or anything of that sort.
I love to hear that. Because we were talking about it with Greg Braggs on one of our shows earlier this week about he never seems to be given any sort of credit for how well this team has been able to do. We think of this last year, Greg Braggs had brought this up last year at this time. The Bears were in a stretch where they had not won a home game in like 390 days, something insane. Now we're in the middle of, we've not lost a home game in over a year. I think it's 7 in a row now, maybe 8 in a row. I don't know if they count London because it was technically our home game or something like that. Now we're getting an opportunity to see what he can do coming off of a bye week, playing in a game that's going to be sort of a marquee game. What has been the key to it? What has been the message from Matt Eberflus? How has he been able to do this and keep you guys together? To me, it's one of the more underreported things that we hear about in the NFL because we hear about these other coaches, but it doesn't feel like Matt Eberflus is getting the credit that he deserves.
Yeah, I mean, even circling back to last year when I first got here, I just think what's the word I want to use? His consistency as far as his approach, his mindset. Even when we were down, when we were losing, like his approach still stayed relatively the same. In our down moments, and he always had a positive, optimistic outlook on the team, on the season, on our work. He just had a consistency of how he went about his things, and I think you could just see that carrying on and just seeing him grow from last year even into this year. He's given us like this kind of acronym, that we kind of go through. I think he uses Bears, and it's like all these key points, going into each game, offensively, defensively, and he kind of correlates how these things within a game, whether it's protecting the ball, turnovers, hitting the quarterback, rushing the ball, things of that nature, explosive plays, like how those correlate to all our wins. Like he'll put up like a graphic or a stat of like, all right, look at all our wins that we've had this year and our losses, and he'll give us like a graphic of like, all right, we were +3 in the turnover margin, or we were -2 in the turnover margin. And then you look at our explosive. Oh, we lost the turnover battle, or lost the explosive battle, or here we won the explosive battle, we won the game. And so he was really putting kind of what he was trying to instill. He was really putting it in play, just kind of putting it in our face, like this is what it takes to win an NFL. And you see when we do these things, each game we win. And you can see when we don't do these things, we end up coming on the losing side. And so I think he's just done a great job of having a consistency in what he's teaching and his approach. And I feel like the guys have just kind of rallied around that and really had an emphasis on that.
And you can see with that in the play on the field. And this week, coming off the bye, the Washington Commanders. Now, a lot of the buzz coming into this game was Jayden Daniels versus Caleb Williams. And obviously there's more players on the field, but this is what everybody focuses in on. And unfortunately, Jayden Daniels suffered an injury against the Carolina Panthers. We don't know his status for this week, although guys like Ian Rappaport have suggested that it's trending for Marcus Mariota to play. How are you guys approaching that? Now, obviously, you're not immune to knowing about what's going on in the NFL. Jayden Daniels is taking getting a lot of publicity over our guy, but how are you guys approaching that with the uncertainty, and does it even matter to you?
I mean, it does matter, when you're preparing for a game, understanding who you're going against, knowing your opponent, knowing, what they like to do, what their tendencies are, and things of that nature. So we're preparing as if Jayden Daniels is going to be out there. Until we get final word, like, all right, he's not playing, then we're moving on to the next. But I mean, we're preparing as if he's playing. I'm pretty sure the defensive side has a plan if they do see Marcus Mariota as well. So that's kind of the battle I have to go against is, it's kind of those two players. I mean, usually when you bring in, a quarterback, you're going to probably bring in a backup that can fit within the system that you run. So I'm not saying that, Marcus Mariota is what Jayden Daniels is, but, similar as far as just being mobile in the pocket, being able to run, kind of off, what do you like to call it? Like off,
Off platform,
yeah, off platform throws,
out of
off of
structure. Yeah.
yeah, just out of structure, stuff like that. And so, so they're similar in that kind of instincts. But yeah, I mean, we're preparing as if he's playing, and yeah.
I know. I saw Cole Kmet talking about it earlier this week on CHGO. As a competitor, as an athlete, do you want to go against? Do you want Jayden Daniels out there, or does it even matter to you as a professional? I know for the fans, we want to beat Jayden Daniels, but to the players are like, no, we just want to go out there and win the game.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, as a competitor, you want to go against the best, and what I'm saying, like a team that's been playing great. They're 5-2, been playing great. They're at the top of their division. So I mean, you want to go against the best, and get a feel for you've been playing great ball, and you want to play like a really good opponent who's been playing well. You want to get a feel for, okay, where's your team at? You know what I'm saying? And that can be a huge confidence boost. And at the end of the day, yeah, you want to get the win, no matter who's back there, quarterback. But, as a competitor, you want to go against the best, of course. But yeah, so, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, though, because, like I said, you got, Jayden Daniels getting kind of all the hype or so. And then you got Caleb, who, he's starting to get there. He's playing great. But obviously, Jayden Daniels is kind of stolen the rookie spotlight, I would say, over the past couple of weeks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So much so. I thought despite the fact that he missed the majority of the game, I'm like, is he still going to be in the running for rookie of the week? Because it just feels like, they've already got the template set up.
Yeah.
This is the thing. It's like a form letter that they're just sending out now. But, it'll be, again, I'm with you. Like you do want to selfishly, you want to beat Jayden Daniels, but I want the Bears to be victorious. I want to get to 5-2. Right. I want to win this week. I want to win that Arizona game. I want to win the New England game before we start the divisional games. Are you guys how are you guys looking at that? Because I know the fans have already started. Like, if we get to 7-2, when we start what we call the gauntlet, where we start playing all the division opponents and all that stuff, are you guys is it difficult not to look ahead to stuff like that and try to focus on the week to week? Are you sort of looking like, we need to kind of take care of business over the next couple of weeks before we have Green Bay in about a month?
Yeah, I feel like there's maybe a couple of different angles at it. I feel like number one, like Coach Flus, he actually mentioned this today. Like, this is a week to week league. You know what I'm saying? You write your own story and a new story, each week. So it's focusing on the now and the present, and this one game coming up. But I feel like it's also, you can feel it, what I'm saying? You're 4-2, you start looking, okay, let's see how you're looking at a division, getting a feel for, okay, what's going on with the division here? What's going on with the NFC? What's going on with the AFC? So you're definitely taking a look at those things, but I feel like in those situations as well, it's kind of like, all right, what's already understood don't need to be overly explained. In those situations, like, all right, take, one game at a time, take each week at a time, and, the rest take care of itself.
Yeah, I understand all that, but I need to win these next 3 for sure. We need to get that sorted. Were you paying attention over the weekend? Because obviously the Packers rallied to win their game. Detroit and Minnesota played a good game. Do you follow along, or how did you occupy yourself on Sunday?
Yeah, no, definitely watch some football all around the league. I wasn't necessarily focused on one division, but I just kind of was watching all different types of football. You got the NFL Red Zone, you got a million plays going on at one time, but yeah, no, I definitely try to keep up on kind of each team. Obviously the division, see what's going on there, what happened to the Vikings, what happened to Detroit, what happened to the Packers, all those things. So yeah, no, definitely keeping up all the way around the league.
I know, and obviously I know from the last time we were on together how much you guys admire Lamar Jackson. They played Monday Night Football. Were you able to concentrate? It was a big thing. Like, I didn't realize how many people complained about, there's 2 games on Monday. You're like, who cares? Like, it should be fun. Like, you should enjoy it. How do you like the 2 games on Monday?
Uh,
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't say I have like too much of a strong opinion on it. I'll be honest with you. I was only watching one game. It was kind of like for me, it was like, all right, let
Because the
me kind of.
Ravens have, the Ravens are, it's a fun game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, that seems like the more interesting game than the Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. So it was just like, okay, I guess the NFL's kind of doing that maybe for I don't know. But as a player, I guess I don't really have any kind of feelings towards it. It's just kind of like, all right, if you want two teams to play on Monday, then okay. I'm not really worried about the other team if I'm playing. So yeah, I guess I don't really have any feelings towards the two games, but I guess it's cool though to have two games going on in action. You can flip back and forth between each game if one game goes in a commercial break or
Yeah.
or whatnot. So
Well, I watched that Chargers game. You didn't miss anything. Speaking of not missing anything, this package came in the mail from Windy City Sports Cards. And I want to remind everybody that at Windy City Sports Cards, they specialize in buying and selling all things related to Chicago sports, whether you are a diehard fan of the Bears, Bulls, Cubs, White Sox, Blackhawks, or Sky. They've got you covered with an extensive selection of sports memorabilia and collectibles. In addition to their Chicago-focused items, they also offer a vast collection of sports collectibles, trading cards, memorabilia from outside of it, including something like this. Did we ever decide who's getting the Lamar Jackson card? I know. First of all, let me ask you this. Did Roma Dunze, did he enjoy himself with us 2 weeks ago?
yeah, no, he did. He definitely enjoyed himself. No, we talked about it a little bit in the locker room. So, but no, it was cool. It was cool having him on. The whole card deal. That was cool having him there. So yeah, no, he enjoyed himself for sure.
Somebody in the comments was like, we didn't like you kept poor Roman. I'm like, Roman Dunze could have bailed. Like his internet failed.
Yeah,
It could have failed. By the way, oh God, we have a giveaway too. Shoot. I've got a giveaway to give away too. I don't have that person's name. We'll give it away. I'll announce it on Friday's show. You got to pick into the sick pick. So we do have a Brian Urlacher card for somebody. I do have the guy already picked out. He knows who he is because he worked in the Albuquerque airport. But in any event, I know I'm already giving it away. So if you didn't work in the Albuquerque airport, you're not going to win the card. So I got the Lamar Jackson. I'm going to let you guys worry about that later. Okay. I got it. I got my Cole Kmet. And this one is I know he also sent a Dalton Kincaid. By the way, Dalton Kincaid can score some more fantasy points. Like I need more fantasy points from Dalton Kincaid. But I wanted to ask you before we let you go today. There's been a lot of a lot of big name trades. Like we've seen Devontae Adams be traded, Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins was traded on Wednesday. How are you guys? Do you guys talk about it in the locker room? Because obviously, over the last couple of years, the Bears have been very aggressive at the trade deadline. Do you feel like, do you guys discuss? Do you talk about this? Do you feel like there's a deal imminent with the Bears? Do you talk about it? Like, how does that go?
Yeah, we don't really talk about the Bears necessarily, kind of what goes on, in the four walls, but we do definitely talk about what kind of goes on around the league for sure. Like D Hop gets traded, we all talking about it. You look at the Devontae Adams getting traded, linking back up with Aaron Rodgers. Of course, we're all talking about it. I mentioned many times before, we're just as much fans of the game as the fans themselves. Even though we're playing each Sunday, like we all grew up loving the game of football, the sport, the players. We all had our players and teams that we love. So, we definitely, tuning in, see, okay, who got who, who's going where, how might that affect them, with Patrick Mahomes and, D Hop linking up, how might that look? What was, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams going to look like? I mean, me personally, I was excited, to see that, for them to kind of pair back up, just knowing what they did in Green Bay. It was special. I mean, obviously, a lot of Bears fans seen, firsthand, which is tough. But no, I just feel like for the sport, I think it was just cool to see them link back up. But yeah, no, I think we definitely talk about those things. What going on in the locker room or what going outside, in different organizations.
What do you think about D Hop going to the Chiefs? Like you saw him in week 1.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like I think that's a pretty good fit for them. They've got the speed guys. But they need that possession guy, somebody who can go out there and win those contested catches, move the sticks. How significant do you think that was for the Kansas City Chiefs?
I mean, I think that's, great on their part, picking a guy up like that. Obviously, they had some injuries and, dealt with some things, as far as their receiving core. But yeah, I mean, they see and feel that there is some juice still left in D Hop. He showed a lot of flashes last year for sure. This year hasn't been as, I guess, as loud, I guess I could say. But I feel like, him, sometimes you just need to change the scenery. And you go to change the scenery, under a new quarterback, new system, just new environment. Who knows what happens? You're under a really good quarterback, from going to Will Levis to, Patrick Mahomes. That's a pretty big difference. So, we'll see how that works out. It seems like the Chiefs every year, no matter what happens, they always find a way to get the best out of all their guys. So we'll see what happens.
It's amazing how they're able to do that. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the Bears do this week. I think it goes without saying, I don't even need to come in here and kind of sell you like, I'm picking you to win. I'm picking you to win. I think this is going to be a great opportunity for the Bears to go out there, especially in a game that was flexed to the 4:00 window on the East Coast. I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I will keep your cards safe.
Definitely.
And then
when speaking of cards, I got one today.
Oh, you're going to show? Yeah. What do we got?
I got one today. All right.
By the way, I didn't realize one of the girls at school today, one of my daughter's classmates, she was wearing she has a button on her backpack that says, I love TS. And I said, oh, that's awesome. I go, you love Tyler Scott? And she's like, no, it's Taylor Swift. I'm like, I thought we were so close. Sorry.
Shoot. But yeah, no, this one, like this one. I got this last year, right before I got drafted, actually. I got the whole set. So it was an unopened box, whole set. So it was a 1981 top set.
Ooh,
we have here
look at
Walter
that.
Payton,
love it.
Set there. So yeah, it's original.
Oh my God, that's so cool. And you got that out of a pack? Oh, I've got some packs for you too.
No. I got this out of a whole. I had the whole.
You got the whole set.
The whole set of like the box itself had like coffee stains. It was like those like white boxes that like all the sports collectors keep. So I got this box at a card show. It said 1981 tops on it, and hadn't been opened. And I was like, this is not open. I was like, so wait, you got the Montana rookies in here? And like, yeah, it's in there. And I opened it, I looked in there and like, oh yeah, it is. So I got I got the Peyton, and then I also got the Montana rookie.
Nice. Very cool. Oh man. I can't wait this offseason. We got to go out to some of these card shows and go check some stuff out. Can't wait to talk about that. We'll have, I think next week we'll bring Mike back. Let's talk him into doing more box breaks and see what we can get from him.
Yeah. We also got somebody else who wants to join. So one of these shows, he's actually, I just found out he's a very consistent listener, and he's been asking me to come on the show.
Interesting.
So he'll be on here soon. I'm gonna get him on here. So
that's a great tease. All right,
you guys can guess in the comments who it is. But
guess who it is, people. And we'll have him on here soon, and we'll do a box break. And then somebody will get all, you made him set. Like, no, people want to do this. People are having a good time. Don't worry about us. We're having fun. Thank you so much for being here, Tyler. We really do appreciate it. Good luck this week against the Washington Commanders. Looking forward to the Bears improving to 5-2. And just want to let everybody know that the Sick Picks will be out this weekend with Laquan Jones of the NFL Network. Look forward to that, and look forward to the games. So for Tyler, I'm Adam. Sammy, go ahead and play us out and bear down.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Adam Rank on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcast. Brought to you by Circa Sports Illinois.